setting up with your goals, kind of a media timeline. We do media blitzes over a 90-day time period. You don't have to do something that intense, but you could even just say that your goal is to get interviewed twice every month for the next year. So set up an actual media goal for yourself that you can kind of keep track of with a media calendar, to schedule specific media encounters, interviews, and so forth. So figure out, what types of media you're comfortable with. What exactly are you going to be promoting? What will be the ultimate goal? And the ultimate goal should be to get coverage for, and you just kind of fill in the blank, a book you just wrote, a new product or service that you're carrying, a new sector of an area that you're covering, that you're breaking into. So you need to have that available. And then also what your goals are as to how much coverage you want. My recommendation with people who are just starting out is to start out small, and you can always add to it from there. Don't set unrealistic expectations or goals for yourself in the beginning, because you only set yourself up for disappointment. The next thing that you want to do after you have your goals kind of outlined of, what type of media outlets you want to cover, what you want the outcome to be, and what types of media outlets that you want to be featured on and how often. That kind of gives you an idea of your plan. The next thing I would tell you to do is to sit down and write out 3 things. And on a scale, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10. And I want you to write out education, experience, expectation, and execution. So education, experience, expectation, and execution. And out beside it, I want you to write on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 meaning you feel that you're a novice, you're just at the beginning part of this, you don't have any experience at all, and 10 meaning you're ready to run with it tomorrow. Okay? The reason this is important is because, as I'm going to talk about these 4 little things, it really helps set the tone for what you're trying to do with your publicity. And again, not setting yourself up for failure. So the first section, education. Rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10 of where you think you're at with your level of education about publicity, about what a press release is, when you would write a press release, when you should actually get a public relations firm, if and when you would need it. Your experience or your education as far as reading books about publicity, maybe taking a class or attending, some type of function where someone's talking about the art of publicity, of getting in front of the media. So rate your comfort level, your experience on a scale of 1 to 10 with the education aspect of publicity. And just write that out. The next one is going to be experience. Same thing, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 meaning you're a beginner at this, 10 meaning you're ready to run with it tomorrow. Rate your level of experience with the media, with publicity. Have you done a lot of interviews? Have you done just a few? Do you have a press page on your website? Have you worked with a public relations firm in the past? Are you working with one now? Are you trying to go out there and secure media engagements on your own? So rate on a scale of 1 to 10 what your experience level is. And by the way, folks, as you're doing this, there is no right or wrong answer or right or wrong score with this. This is just to kind of checks and balances for yourself. So it's not a quiz. It's just more for yourself. The next part is expectation. On a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to rate your expectations. 1 meaning you have no expectations at all, and 10 would be you're expecting to be a superstar or on the Oprah show by the end of the year. So your expectations, do you feel that your expectations are realistic? Is it something that you can accomplish with what your goals are within that certain time frame? Do you feel that you're being realistic? Do you feel like you're being realistic with the expectations that you are going to have to put time and effort into this, whether you hire someone else to do it or not? You're still responsible for dealing with the media directly. So what are your expectations? Do you feel that you have no expectations at all? 10 being you feel like you should be on Oprah at the end of the year. So see what your expectations are. And then the last part of it is execution. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I want you to rate yourself, again, 1 meaning that with the execution, the way that you are going to go about this and actually committing. 1 meaning you have no commitment to this process at all. You want someone else to handle it for you completely or for 90% of it. Or 10 meaning you want to execute the whole thing yourself. So with execution, do you want help? Do you feel like you need help? Do you feel like you just need a tiny bit of help? Do you feel that you're going to be able to take this and run with it the whole way? You just need a roadmap. So kind of look at the way that you want to, your ideal expectations of executing a publicity or media plan over a year time frame or whatever it is that you set up for yourself in the beginning when you're looking at your goals. Now, the reason I ask everybody to do that is because it gives you a very realistic viewpoint once you listen to this segment and then you listen to the second segment that we're going to do on publicity, and kind of aligning yourself. There might be, your expectations might be way out of whack. Some people think that if they hire a company to do, all of their media bookings and do the publicity end, that within a year or 2 years' time, they're going to be a celebrity, they're going to be on the Oprah show, on Good Morning America, and that's just that's a tad unrealistic. Well, let's be honest, it's very unrealistic. Media is a process. You definitely have to build up your experience. So your expectations might be a little bit out of line. And what you can kind of write out to the side to it is that once you have listened to this particular segment and you listen to the second part, go back and look at this, and you might want to readjust those numbers that you wrote in. Again, there's no right or wrong answer. It's just to help keep you in line for what you're thinking and what reality could be and what's really going to happen, okay? So that's something that you can go back and take a look at, those 4 particular aspects of it.